into 360, but by myself. I didn't really
Wait,
play
you know what? I
online.
might be thinking original Battlefront, as well.
Yeah.
I don't remember Battlefront 2. I don't know which game we're talking about anymore. We're live,
Yeah,
by the way.
Oh, there you go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back again to the Greyhawk into the Wild Coast, as we have our cast here. As always, we're going to start with introductions or reintroductions and ideals, flaws, and bonds per character. So, who wants to go first?
I suppose I could go ahead and go first. I was just fussing with my camera there. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin. I am playing Kicks the Shield, the Dragonborn fighter folk hero. He's cool and calculating. He's a hero who stands up against all challenges. Those under my command and responsibility come first, and I have an immense ego and delusions of grandeur.
Who's next then?
Yep.
I'm a Gar Turtle Wizard. Sorry. Personality traits. There's nothing I like more than a good mystery. My ideal is self-improvement. My bond is I sold my soul for knowledge. And my flaw is that everything will be destroyed so long as I get smarter for it.
And Nick?
I am Halpert Knackle. I have a joke for every occasion, especially occasions where humor is inappropriate. Sarcasm and insults are my weapons of choice. Friendship, material goods come and my ideals are friendship. Material goods come and go. Bonds of friendship last forever. My bonds are I swindled and ruined a person who didn't deserve it. I seek to atone for my misdeeds, but might never be able to forgive myself. And I can't resist a pretty face.
So last time, or at least 2 weeks ago, you had several missions that you were offered as part of the members of the headhunters, headhunters, and among them were the following: to recover 3 ingredients for the local alchemist, a series of lunar radishes, water from a spring. And a jar of honey, of royal honey, from a man known simply as the Beekeeper. You are also offered to clear an abandoned dwarven iron mine, so that the local dwarven clan, the Firebeards, could retake it and restart the production of iron for weapons and whatnot. And also, finally, you stumbled across a group of bandits who were talking over a body of a logger that had disappeared. And in doing so, you discovered that they were serving someone of a higher caliber, well, not higher caliber, they had a boss whose name went up by the name of Stag Lord. There was also a mention when you went to visit the Fae who guarded the spring waters of the Jewel River, that something about the season of the rose or the season of the thorn. And so our intrepid cleric, she is going to investigate that. She's going to take some time to investigate that. She's not going to join us. And as for our paladin, he is essentially going back to the coast to train more people into to take the battle to the orcs south. So of the 3 of the headhunters that remain, really only Nick and our total friend Gar are the original, since other 2 fell prey to poisonous spiders when they're trying to retrieve some items from a kobold lair. Actually, the kobolds asked them to, and in return, they would give them as many lunar radishes as they wish. But instead, after suffering some casualties that included a burning hands, they like to just carry whatever they could and went back to civilization. So the 2 tasks that remain, actually 1 task that remains right now, besides further investigations into this man called the Stag Lord, is the Dwarven Iron Mine, as well as the idea that you wanted to help out the beekeeper, who was essentially trapped in his little corner of the forest because there was waves of giant wasps that were attacking him. He promised that if you did so, he would have a reward for you, a substantial reward. If you chose to do so. Not then, well, he would just sort of remain there, and hopefully, eventually, the wasp would go away. But you have seen basically waves of poisonous, dangerous creatures, wasps, spiders, and other areas, which is peculiar because this is the middle of winter. Although spring is coming around, so usually these creatures are hibernating or otherwise, well, not here. And so especially with a very cold winter, it seems very strange to see them outside, say, scuttling around homes or other areas where it will be very warm enough for them. In spring and summer, certainly, but in winter, not so much. Yeah, so we pick up the action with, let's say, who do we pick up the action with? Our friend Halpernackle. You were called in by the Shire Reeve. Your old friend, the Shire Reeve.
Hey, Reeve. How you doing, eh?
Yeah. How you doing, Runt?
Hey.
I have a request for you.
Oh, hey, lay it on me, Reeve.
Your companions managed to capture some ne'er-do-wells who had caused the loss of the life of a logger, and apparently were collecting quote-unquote taxes in the more remote farmsteads and the like. Bandits, basically. However, their presumptive leader has said that she has some information for us in exchange for avoiding the Hanksman noose or hard labor. She still would punish for it, but to be honest, she is a sister to Slasmana, one of the farmers out in the outer edges of the town, and she has asked for leniency for her sister, and I may grant some of it. Like I said, she still will be punished in some way, hard labor perhaps, or some other thing equivalent. However, if her information pans out, but only if her information pans out. Otherwise, I have no choice but to, line it up with the rest of them, either to hard labor up north or to the hangman's noose. And she being the leader of this small group and clearly responsible for a murder, at least one murder, I have less choices.
So what's the information, Reeve?
Well, it seems that this Stag Lord has at least one or more agents in Narwhal. That's how they've been able to avoid intercepted by guards. And according to her, she has one particular agent likes to acquire rare goods that he cannot get out in the wilderness. My guards have been asking around, but of course, they're a bit too obvious. I hate to say this, but you'd have certain information or knowledge base that might help uncover this. If you go around town and ask the right questions to the right people and pass this information along, at least verify that this agent exists, and perhaps we can begin the process of being of leniency. This wrestle. So that would be something that would be up to you if you wish to take it.
Well, I'd be happy to look into it for you there, Reeve. But let me ask you, who do I talk to? I mean, that's a lot of information to go on, a lot of people to talk to. Any ideas who I might be looking for here?
Well, there's always Jimmy. He seems to be always peddling something or another. Then there's the remnants really of the old guild that used to be here right before we broke them up. There's Carl. You know Carl, right? And you know Carl's very much in the same business you are. Basically, he's a fence, right? And for playing, he basically runs he goes around not in Winter. Winter has a small shop, but he's someone who this is a specific term for it. He goes around the outer farms and even across other towns with pots and pans, and he basically makes basic repairs of them.
A tinker.
A tinker, yes. And he sells them. And in the process, of course, where people have more valuable material that they wish to get rid of, he seems to find always a way. He was associated with the guild when there was a guild here, but he managed to play the innocent businessman card and avoid the worst of it. In fact, the Carl was the person that you were meeting by the main gate where the carts come in. When they have travelers coming in and out, that's the area near the gateway, which is the inn that you have stayed in for a while now. The ale house, yeah. So he points you at those two as people who you might want to talk to.
Tell you what, boss, I'll look into it for you. I'm not promising nothing. Of course, I'm not promising anything, but I'll do my best. I'll get the results you're looking for here. I'll do everything I can do. Okay, Reeve?
Meanwhile, we have Gar and name here. Just a moment.
Gar and not Gar.
And Kicks.
2 3-letter reptiles.
Yeah. You are in the gatehouse, and I take it you're planning your next outing to face out this the mine, or are you looking to do something else? What is?
Well, we already said that the job was the mine last time.
Okay.
Right. I think finding that is kind of next on the itinerary here.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't we doing that? Wasn't the last thing we were doing was finding people who knew the location of the mine? I'm pretty sure we put footwork in.
Well, you were told the general direction that was lost to the orcs, so actually
right. But I thought we had actually talked to people that.
Nobody knows exactly where the mine is at. Not in town anymore. So you would have to go out to the wilderness to explore. But however, you were roll investigation for me. This might be important.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's give it a go. 14.
Well, they don't give you the exact location. They do tell you that it's near the nearest landmark would be the great tree.
Okay. So we can definitely cycle around there.
Yeah. So that would be a place to see if you can find it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Knock out a large bit of territory all around the tree and come back.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of noting that the hex that the picture of the great tree is in is not the hex that the great tree is in.
Right, because of the pins, so it has verticality, but we only have one perspective.
Right, that's why I'm just making a verbal say out loud of what that situation currently is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's important, to remember that it's the base of the pin that matters.
Well, Gar, if this sounds acceptable to you, we can go ahead and start preparing to head out again.
I see no other way.
Well then. It's a shame Elsbeth can't come with us, and that everyone else seems a little bit preoccupied. Otherwise, we could go ahead and take care of some of these insects too, but I guess we do what we have to do.
I'm sorry, I know it's only been 5 minutes. If I heard what happened to our paladin, did you make a footnote about what happened to our... I don't even know what Elspeth was.
Cleric. She was cleric. Yeah, she's further investigating this idea of the season of the thorn or the rose.
Yes.
And so she's dealing with that. So that would be a thing that she's doing. Essentially, she is going to be busy because she's doing that
for a very long time.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't remember hearing that, and then when Griff said Elspeth, I was like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I really did miss something, didn't I?
You missed quite a lot.
Well, I mean, no, not in those words. I mean, No, I really missed something. No, nothing happened like that.
It's only
Okay.
killed the whole party. Look out.
Well, no, that happened, yeah. I literally did kill the whole party, but...
Well, I mean, that's a thing that happens from time to time.
Well, look. When all the party's down, and all the bad guys are in front of you, and all you have is an area of effect spell...
Then you use the area of effect spell.
Yeah, because look. One survivor. And
There's resurrection.
Yeah, and I didn't
Not for
bury the
these
bodies.
people.
I didn't bury the bodies, is all I'm saying.
There you go.
If the gods wanted them to survive, the gods would have had them survive.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess right now Kix and Gar are just in the tavern trying to ruminate over exactly the plan. I guess Halpert may eventually stumble upon us.
And meanwhile, I'm talking to the devil on my shoulder, which is actual Nick.
Mhm.
Look, man, you did what you had to do. I'm so right. I agree with you.
So, Halbert, where are you going first?
Well, I think I'm gonna go have a talk with Jimmy.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna.
Jimmy is there's a nearby barn to the gateway. Actually, is an ale house and winery, not an inn. There's other inns where you're staying, but usually the gatehouse is the place where you sort of convene and have gotten to to talk and everything else. Is a comfortable place. You already know the owner. And yeah, you see Jimmy just cleaning out the stable, which only has one horse at the moment. Just the one.
One. I'm gonna approach and I'm gonna yell out to Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, there! Looks like a light load tonight, eh, lad?
Hey, how you doing? He sort of puts its, the thing that he's using to clean the plate, the pitchfork, and like there's a thing where guys who want to look tougher than they are, they sort of look flex over, and like a broom or something.
Well,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
yeah.
Well, Jim.
So what can I do for you, Runt?
Well, Jimmy, I hoping you can help me find some people, and it's a very valuable question I'm asking you here, lad. But I hear you might know where to find some out of town boys.
Mm.
Might be that I'm looking for some work.
Oh,
Times are tough, Jimmy.
it's cold outside still. It's been
Cold.
raining more than snow in these days, but still. To be honest, I like it over here. It's like, and he points to the one brazier that's sort of burning nearby. And he's basically what he's done. You realize he hasn't actually cleaned the whole thing. He just sort of did a circle around the brazier, right, to stay warm. You can tell from a mile away he's doing like minimal work. Like he's just, you know,
Sure.
well,
He's a smart lad, my Jimmy is.
Albert, I had to talk to the uncle to see if he give you a job here. I don't know. He tolerates you, you know that. Aside from that,
Oh,
I don't know what I can help do for you.
Jimmy, you know your uncle doesn't give the kind of work a guy like me can do. Now, come on, you must have some contacts on the outside. I know you, Jimmy. Everybody talks to our boy Jimmy here, right? Come on. Jimmy, you and I go way back. Help a brother out. You know I'm good.
Roll a persuasion. See if you can get him to open up a little bit at least.
Persuasion.
Uh, he sort of comes at it, looks at. There's a door that leads. There's a connecting building that connects to the gateway, which is like a walkway. He goes over there. He closes it. And he sort of leans on the pitchfork, like, well, if you tell me exactly what you're looking for, my boy, maybe I can help you. I mean, there's work and there's work. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy, I'm looking for the his name Strong Stock. Oh, I can't remember his name. You know who I'm talking, Jimmy. The bandits.
Oh, well, I don't traffic in that kind of produce. I mean, it's Carl's the guy who actually deals with the jewels and the lights and stuff like that. I, I,
I'm not. No, I'm looking for the spies.
so what? And he looks at you like, and do an insight because they look at you just like,
I've blown this. I have blown this.
he gets you look like, are we on the same page here? It's like,
Oh, Jimmy. I do apologize. I seem to have gotten some wrong information here, but don't you worry, lad. Let me buy you a beer.
sure, that'll do me, right? But it's like he doesn't look at you. The insight you get, you don't get a sense that he's not nervous. He's more confused, right? For your line of question, it's like
Yeah,
there
fair
might be
enough.
something there, but he's like his little brain is not. All the wheels are not going all the way up and down as they should be. They're slowly grinding to figure out what is your angle here. You haven't lost him completely yet, but he's sitting on the edge of. But he does, he goes and you go in to get a beer because, of course, free beer. He's not going to say no.
Exactly. I'm gonna take my buddy Jimmy here in for a beer and try to warm him up a little bit.
And when he goes in and he sees it, if the uncle is like, Jimmy, how many times have I told you? Use the front door. Oh, but so that's like, and you just totally slip away, and you can feel his uncle's eyes on you as you sort of go past, and it's like, "Are you done, lad?" "Yeah, I'm done. I'm done." "Are you really done, lad?" Sure. It takes about a good 5 minutes for Jimmy to convince his uncle to A, that he's done, and B, that he shouldn't go back to the stable to check to see that in fact he's done, not done. So after a while, he's kind of free, and so you two see Gar and Kix see Halpert come in and take a seat and order a pair of beers. Are you gonna join? Halpert is gonna join them, or you're gonna try to keep this conversation on your own table? While you try to pump Jimmy for more information.
I'll go over and join him.
Okay.
Halpert. Interesting to see you again.
Oh, how are you?
For the purposes of this conversation, Kix, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, you were looking at a very tall, very buff, red dragonborn, covered in metal armor. He is dashing and handsome, of course, or would like to think so, but more importantly, he's seen you around once or twice before, and doesn't like you, as he has told other characters.
Yeah. You that Kix was raised by a farmer family of humans, I believe, outside of Narwhal. So you've seen him before, right? But he's more
Oh,
like
it's
a
gonna
country
be
guy.
like that, is it? Is it, man?
Yes, he is very much the exact opposite of you.
All right, Rich. We can work with that.
So, Halpert! Oh, funny
What's up,
seeing
Red?
you again.
What you doing here, eh? Get lost on the way to the lake?
Well, I have actual work here now. It turns out the Reeve actually has this whole program going on. We get to go enjoy a nice walk through the wilderness and we get paid for it.
So reach out to the needy kind of program, huh?
Oh, yes, definitely. Everyone in town could benefit from a bit more safety, don't you think? From ne'er-do-wells, as I just kind of like narrow at you a little bit.
Hey, I think everybody should be able to take care of themselves. As long as everybody can take care of themselves, we don't need no protection from nobody, eh?
Exactly, which is why there needs to be people protecting them so that they don't have to worry about it at all. Which reminds me, didn't the Reeves say that you were actually in on this too?
Hey, I don't know what the Reeve said to you, man. I just know what he said to me, and he didn't tell me anything about me being in on this program, eh?
Well,
At least
good,
now
then
I
I'll be
do.
the first
Eh?
one to tell you that we're about to drag you away from all these citizens and leave them to their peace so we can take care of ne'er-do-wells.
Let's do. I got ne'er-do-wells. Haven't seen any. Haven't seen any.
Good, and I'll make sure no one else in town sees them either.
I'm not
You're
gonna
ready
get
for
to
a
say
journey,
no to
aren't
this,
you?
am I?
We'll be
All right,
heading-
Red.
Oh, God.
And as you're going back and forth, Jimmy just sits on the table. He just slips in and just sits. So everybody who is a Jim Davenport. Here it is.
Mhm.
He's on the young side. And show players. That should do it.
Hey, Jimmy.
So Jim Davenport. Everybody knows him as Jimmy.
Little
He
Jimmy
is.
Jimmy.
Yeah. He basically tries to play as a bigger man that he is, but compared to his uncle Luke Davenport, he's still a bit of a small fry. With his catchphrase, "Well, I'll own this place one day, but not today." And that's what he's murmuring as he grabs his beer. It's like he starts drinking, and he's just sitting with you. So what are you gonna do?
Hey, Jimmy, want another beer?
Sure. So down
Maybe
to the
something
first one.
stronger?
How beer refined? Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wave over another couple of beers for Jimmy here.
And they do that, and they switch. You can see that in front of guard, they switch bowls. They already have his special, which is lukewarm water that he likes to drink, and they just sort of switch the bowl and take the other bowl out.
I remember you. I remember you. Yep. I remember the turtle.
Kind of hard to forget, yeah.
You were here with the big chick, weren't you?
I mean, she was normal sized.
Bigger than me. What happened to them?
Gnome? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, they're dead.
So they're dead. So are you in on this too? Huh?
I didn't.
No, unfortunately, I
What?
only heard about it.
Are you
Will be
implying that I
missed.
killed them?
No. Did you?
Yes.
That'd be something. Oh, how'd you do it?
Fire. I killed them by an accident.
By accident. Well, I'm sure you didn't mean to do it, and I'm sure you feel horrible for it. So let's move on. Hey, come on with us.
No, I didn't. No, I don't.
That was much less cagey of an answer than last time. Interesting.
What? I came back to town and told everybody exactly what I did. I was not cagey in the slightest.
I remember very much you didn't want to say very much about it at all.
I don't like talking to you.
Well, that's fair, and at least that makes sense.
I went to the Reeve and I told the Reeve exactly what happened. I told the lawman at the door exactly what happened. I've told everybody
Jimmy?
exactly what happened.
How's your beard, Jimmy?
It's fine. And he's looking at it. It was like, did that? But what?
Gonna motion over another beer for Jimmy.
What? No. Wait. What do you mean you killed them by accident? Either you did kill them, or it was an accident. You can't kill anybody by accident.
I think you can.
Right.
I believe there's different degrees of law, actually, right to this matter. An accidental death is a killing, depending on degree.
What degree would that be?
I mean, there's a
Yours.
difference between a homicide and a murder. One is premeditated, and the
manslaughter.
other is accidental.
You're talking about homicide, and he goes like his eyes go blank, like he has no idea what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. You have no idea what you're talking about. I can tell by the look in your eyes.
Hmm.
Look,
No,
are you going to tell me
wait.
that you're the legal master and the Reeve and the captain of the guard have no idea what they're talking about, despite having the same conversation with them?
This is
Drink
Jimmy.
your beer, Jimmy.
I unfortunately will have to agree with Gar. Maybe it's best to not engage with him. You might be here all night.
Right.
Eh,
So,
What's got you so happy, Halbert? You haven't stopped giggling since you got in here.
life is fun, man. We're going on an adventure. Eh.
oh, you're going on an adventure. Oh, well, then that means I got to go back to the. Yeah, see you guys. And he starts getting up.
Immediate starts.
Yeah, it's like, back over
Dad,
there.
let me have another beer.
Oh, that's fine. This, people get killed in adventures by accident, and I don't want any part of that. So just
Oh,
wandering away. What are you gonna do? You gonna let him go, or what?
good to let him go.
It's like,
Got
well,
his purse anyways.
Well, Halbert, do you have any business to attend to here in town? Or should we head out immediately? Gar and I have been working on the plan all morning.
Well, should I read the plan? Eh?
Sure. The plan is simple. We'll head out east, and we'll circle around the great tree until we find the missing mine, and then return home.
All right, let's find a mine, and I'll mine in my mine, and what I mine in my mine is mine.
Yes, well, hopefully you'll mind your own business as well while we're out there.
Not a chance, Red.
I could only be so lucky. But yeah, I think if we're all prepared and ready, let's head out.
Well, just before we head out, Red,
Mhm.
what are you dressed like? Like, what's your clothing look like? What's your packing look like? What's your situation there? I want to reach into any available pouch on Red here and just rummage around.
Good question. I believe I have a backpack and a belt pouch at best here. Otherwise, any tunic I might be wearing is currently smothered in armor.
All right, I'm just gonna like reach into his belt pouch and rummage around, just taking a look, making sure we're ready.
And is instinctively there, but it doesn't matter. You want to make a sleight of hand?
Yep. Da-da-da.
All right, 14. That would be my passive. His gold is in there.
Do I find anything interesting?
In his belt pouch? No.
Letters to your
Alright.
wife.
Well, I'm
Appears
gonna
to be
read
traveling
those.
very light.
I'm gonna read those letters later, okay?
It's a torrid romance. But in the end, I think you come out a hero.
Oh,
Alright.
you find like the last letter of like a failed romance. That's right, I established that last
No,
time.
Kix, I will not leave my husband Halbert for you. Not after that week we had in Rome.
It is with a heavy heart I must say that when I try to kiss you, it just doesn't work with that snout. I'm sorry, but it'll never last.
Alright, so I'm just gonna walk away reading the letter.
Okay.
The letters we just made up.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's the one we say. But Ractus, I think you're forgetting the entire game is made up.
Yeah. It's the
But
fiction.
Kix is definitely oblivious. If we're ready to head out, I think we're gonna head out to this hex over here and begin the adventure.
Okay. You have control of the token. You can move it where you want to.
Yep. All right,
This
then,
one,
here.
remember the ones with the pins are the ones that you have discovered, explored. There might be more things in the hex, but usually you'll at least found that one thing.
Right. Travel
And
becomes easier, which is the main
Yeah.
thing.
And those that have a red pin means that you have explored it and found nothing of import, at least not yet.
Mhm.
But you already have explored it. The weather is starting to ease off a little bit on the cold. Now it's now more cold rain with some freezing in the morning and maybe a light dusting of snow, but it seems that slowly but surely spring seems to be coming. Slower than usual, but still it's on its way. Hopefully. So you're here. This one has been explored, right? Let me see. I put no, this. Yeah, you have to do your investigation and your survival, please.
That's right. Hey, Albert, do you have investigation?
I have some investigation.
All right. Well, if you actually have it as a skill, why don't you go ahead and roll? You probably have a higher bonus than me.
Mhm.
I will assist you so that you get the advantage, and there we go.
Yeah, this hex is also cleared. It's very close to near
Ah.
adjacent to Narwhal, so no, nothing major is there. So let me
Oh,
For
why don't
the-
we move her there?
I guess for the benefit of observers, I'm using my owl to give me
Mhm.
advantage in my survival checks.
Mhm.
So let's put a pin on that one, and you're back here. So
Yay, new pin.
Mhm.
All right.
so that takes you a day. If you're
Mhm.
exploring a hex, remember, it takes you a day. If you're just walking through, it takes about 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
Question for the GM.
Mhm.
Does B18 exist?
In
I would.
reality, yes.
No, I'm
but
asking the GM. If this is
Uh,
the totality of the map, or is the map exist off the map's edge?
Yes, this is the map edge.
Okay, so this is the totality of the map.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't remember. I thought we had a talk, I don't know, before session 1 that the map existed beyond this, but it just wasn't there yet. Just
Mhm.
clarifying, because I didn't remember.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to the map, but this is the section that we're going to cover for now, for simplicity's sake. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, follow up to that. What happens to hexes like E17 or C17? Do those count or do those not count?
They count essentially for the area that touches the map.
Right, so if we were to go around like C15 and we went to C17, we'd still be rolling and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just want to make sure, just cover all the bases while we're talking about it.
No
Okay.
problem.
So let's go ahead and handle campsite then.
The old
Uh,
camping rules.
That's right. So we don't have anyone cooking anymore still. I guess I am doing watch, you're doing survival, and Halpert, what should you do?
Let me double check here. Camouflage, I believe.
Camouflage is a good one, and you got stealth for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me check the camping rules just to make sure. Watch order, perception. Hey.
This is. I don't know if y'all had this experience. I was once lost in the woods, and I turned around real quick and poked my eye in a stick off a tree.
Ooh.
And in the burning sensation, turned the other way. Like it was like a Benny Hill comedy.
I
And you'd
can't
think
say I've had that experience.
you'd
No.
think twice would be enough. I did it 3 times. I turned back
What?
the other way and then got jabbed in another eye.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Your
You're
third eye, anything.
Well, no. Yeah, because you focus on the last burning sensation,
Yeah.
which is this eye, and all of a sudden, because this eye was.
So who's doing who's gonna do the watch?
The person
I'll
that
do
got
the
a crit
next one.
fail.
Hmm?
We can only do
Oh,
one
yeah.
job apiece.
Yeah.
So I did survival, get the food. Nobody cooked it, by the way. You did
Oh.
the camouflage. Cakes looks like they were doing a watch and critically failed. So that's
Yeah.
it.
Right. And I guess if the other assistants came in that direction, it still wouldn't matter anyway.
Mhm. Yeah. No. Kicks basically you nod off and fall asleep, and who actually wakes you up in the morning, because this guy is out like a light. Like he goes like, yeah, I'm going to do the watch. Yeah.
Hey, Red! Hey, Red! Hey, Red! Hey, Red! Hey, Red! Hey, Red!
Danger!
Hey, Red!
Oh, it's still danger, but it's just you.
You fell asleep.
Yeah, I did. At least I feel well rested for today.
Here I thought Halpert was going to rob you in your sleep, literally.
I already got the letter.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I thought anything of value, actual value.
I'll just like casually reach in my belt pouch to like see if my money's still there and go, huh.
Oh, he didn't trust you.
Well, the money is there.
But you checked. That's the point. You checked.
Exactly. So, I say let's nominate. Let's go this way.
Really?
Okay.
You just want to clear out all the spaces?
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way around.
No, I meant B16.
Oh, I was just planning on going around the tree because objective, or even like here. But yeah, going this way. Which means that we need to make the survival rolls and the investigation rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go ahead and continue to assist Halpert for now. We got more good survival for right now.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Hey, that looks good.
What you find here is, let me see.
According to the map, it's a sword tree.
Wow, it grows swords.
You find, let me see, the following. I put it in the
I love that show.
map layer. You find traces of a merchant caravan. What's interesting, besides the blood and gore, is that draped over one of the wagons is a large reptilian form, winged reptilian form. It seems to have collapsed on top of it.
Dead?
You have to get closer to see it.
I get closer. What do I see?
It's
Actually,
very much-
hold on. Before I get closer, before you answer that, I look through the eyes of my my owl, and the owl flies 100 feet closer.
Mhm.
What do I see through the eyes and ears?
You
of
see a
my
reptilian form, with two wings and feet, and seems to have a stinger at the end of its long tail. It literally seems to have collapsed on top of one of the wagons. So this is a 3-wagon merchant caravan.
Does it appear
So
to be breathing?
It appears to be completely immobile.
But I mean, is it
Are there
like
rocks?
does its back? Since I'm assuming it's
No,
laying
no,
face
it's
down.
completely mobile. Completely.
Are there rocks?
Not really. This is the plains. You know,
All right,
Is there
I'll-
anything around here I can hook at that thing? See if I can get a reaction?
I mean, you can get.
Well, I
like
was
a
gonna have the
pebble or
owl
something,
land
yeah.
on it.
You land on it. Nothing happens. In fact, you see that it's turned to the side, and its eyes need to be rolled back up, and its tongue needs to be, open, like its mouth is open, full of blood.
Yeah, on seeing that, I will go ahead and approach it
Yeah.
and investigate the scene.
Yeah, it's a scene of carnage, and at first glance, it looks like this creature attacked this caravan. So, and then it's just simply draped there. You would have to do an investigation or a medicine check to know a little more detail.
Right, and I don't have any medicine, so I guess we'll go with investigation, and we'll see. That's a good 4. I guess if Halpert, if you're coming closer to assist me, maybe we can get.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a hand with that.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you sort of look over and under. One thing is that this creature has no wounds, no bolts or arrows, no sword wounds, anything. It just looks like it just died in there, just collapsed on top of it. And in fact, you would think that if you're not for the fact that it's cold, this thing would have started rotting, much quicker. So it should be about a day old. So that's just kind of frozen in place. And has its mouth open and its tongue out. Like it was eating something, has like frozen blood around its beak. But the people here some of them look like they were, I think all of them look like they were killed by weapons fire, mostly crossbow bolts.
Interesting. So it wasn't necessarily this creature that attacked the caravan, then. I suppose the bandits are probably responsible for this. And there's not much evidence of anything else here, I would assume. They've probably been looted and everything's been taken by the bandits, right?
Actually, outside of, their pockets have been rifled through, etc., Nothing really heavy. I mean, most of the stuff is food stuff. So the winter was food stuffs and rations and like and heavy boxes that has been left open. In fact, it seems like this creature actually tried to break some of these boxes because it probably could smell the food and ate of some of that, and then also started munch on the bodies, right?
Yeah.
So this creature was more of less a hunter, more of a what's the term?
Scavenger.
Scavenger. But you don't see any signs of what would have killed this creature. At least obvious weapons, strikes, or anything like that.
It has no wounds, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Right.
Can
It
I
did dip into the food and then it died. So
can I
the food
perform
might be
a
bad.
medicine check on the people that are dead?
Do you have medicine?
Is that
Train?
required?
That would be required, yes.
Then,
don't
I
think
have
that can-
medicine.
yeah. You have
then I
medicine?
say
There
my
you go.
good friend
I have
Halbert
medicine.
should do it.
Yes.
Oof.
They died
Aside
of
from
blood loss.
aside from being killed by weapons fire, the only thing tacking to the continue on the investigation roll you guys did with 22. So it was very precise, and they're all crossbow bolts.
Because my CSI brain, right? My level 4 brain, galaxy brain here is thinking, these people didn't die of the wounds that seem obvious. These people were poisoned to death. And then this scavenger wyvern came along and tried to eat them, and was poisoned as well. That's why he has no visible wounds on him, because he was poisoned.
I guess what he ate didn't agree with him.
Halbert, that works if you're wearing sunglasses. I just saw you pull nothing off of your face.
They're there in spirit.
But you have no proof backing that theory, so it's just.
I know, that's why the last 45 minutes of the episode are us getting the proof.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put this out there. Nobody eat the bodies, okay?
Look, Dr. House
don't do
knows the prognosis at the beginning of the episode. The 45 minutes of the episode are literally him making everybody else get there.
I guess while we're here, so the food is still here because the manticore here was eating it, right?
It's a reptilian,
So-
not a.
Oh, reptilian, yeah.
I'm gonna offer some of the food to Red
I
here.
mean, if you have nature, you can do a nature check to see what kind of creature you're facing with.
Oh yeah. I don't have it, but someone could roll.
I
it
have
and
not
fail.
rolled above an. All of my rolls that are advantage have all been below 10.
I have been seeing quite a lot of low rolls here.
I think 8 has been my highest of all of them.
Yeah, Nick. Everybody sort of like, oh, I mean, and then you look at our kicks was a draconian. It's like, well, this is a reptilian, slightly draconian creature. Maybe it's related to dragons in some way. So perhaps a wyvern. I like to say
That's
wyvern.
racist.
Maybe a wyvern. Was it wyvern?
Hey, look, it's your mama.
Oh wow!
You can tell by the stinger in the
Kix will
tail.
actually crack a
She was a
little
real
smile at
bitch.
that one. But yeah, so of all the things here, the food is still here.
Mhm.
It did eat the food. Definitely eating the food is the bad idea.
I don't know about that.
I think I'm going to go ahead and opt at this point to just see if there's any indication of who precisely these people were, and then go ahead and give them a short burial.
Okay. Essentially, you see it's caravan. You see humans, mostly humans and halflings, about a dozen or so. About 4 or 5 guards. There also their weapons of the guards are missing. Again, whoever attacked this took the things that they could carry very quickly and efficiently, and left everything else.
Mhm.
Which is not necessarily the most valuable thing, but perhaps for them most useful thing.
Are any of the
Okay.
wagons okay?
They're intact. Well, the one that the wyvern is draped off,
There's, what, 3 wagons?
Yeah,
He
3
crushed
wagons. Yeah, he crushed that.
Well, there's
middle one,
like,
so
what,
there's 2
3 wagons, you said?
Yeah, so there's 2 of them. The horses as well have been killed.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the wagons aren't themselves broken, except for obviously the one you just
Yeah.
described being broken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, how hard is it to pull a wagon?
It needs a draft creature to pull it. So yeah, it's hard.
Hey, Red.
He ran away. He saw where this was going. He ran away.
So it's not even a matter of just strength; it's also a matter of endurance and size, right? Like
Don't look at
literally
me.
Come on,
grabbing,
Albert. You got mama joke
grabbing,
for this, I'm sure.
grabbing the two things is like, yeah, no. If it were a rickshaw, yeah, you could do it. But rickshaw, yeah. But a wagon, it's a little more complicated than that. It would
No,
be
I'm
like
gonna toss the bodies.
Well, he just buried them. Is the thing.
I want to toss the bodies before he buries them, man.
Well, then I
I mean,
think
you
we
could-
need to wait for Grix to come back because if
Yeah, you're
he's
checking
That's
the
why I'm
bodies.
mentioning it
if he's
now.
so dutifully burying them, then I think he's probably watching you.
That's why I'm doing it while he's out of the room.
You basically see that several of them have both weapon wounds and apparently they have large, like especially in the stomach area.
No. I'm stripping anything of value that's left on them.
I mean, if you're
Yeah,
going
but, I
old
mean-
school on this, then you're also ripping them open and checking their stomachs because people just swallow shit for no reason.
Yep.
No, but you see,
This
you
is
see
Greyhawk,
that
after all.
some
Are
of
there
their
boots
stomach,
that'll fit
Albert,
me?
no. What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth, Albert?
Look, this is what old school D&D was based on. This is Greyhawk. This is where monsters swallow gems for no damn reason. So, you rip everything open. In fact,
you actually see that
rip that
several of the
wyvern open.
creature, some of the creatures actually have had their not creatures, people, and even one of the horses, the flank of the horse. Like this creature not only busted open boxes, also tried to eat some of the horses and the people. Yeah,
All right.
but
Well, do the horses have any gems in their stomachs?
no.
Oh shit, what am I thinking? Cutting the stinger off of that creature.
That would be a survival check.
Sure. I'll surely get a 7 or a 6, but I'll try it.
Oh,
Yeah, you got yourself a singer.
I totally forgot. Those things are valuable.
Nice.
I mean,
Very
even if I
good.
don't know what it is, it still contains some sort of venom or poison, and people will pay money for that shit.
I mean, you know an alchemist that already made several antitoxins from the venom of the snake. So could
worst
probably-
comes to worst, you can stab someone with it.
Well, that and also magic users probably use it as a
component.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the actual, what is it? Somatic, verbal, what's material?
Material.
Component,
yeah.
I was trying to think. I couldn't even think of the letters. I was so off.
Material, yes. So yeah, that's you can you find a way to preserve the stinger. Maybe pack it up in snow, nice there, so it still doesn't.
Right.
Well,
At
I
this
mean,
point, I'm burying
I
these
think
people.
the worry more is that it'll dry out, and so long as it's within the sack that
Mhm.
it's in, that won't happen for a number of weeks, so we should be fine.
So yeah.
Did
yeah,
we
you
find
bury
any
the-
boots that Halpert could wear?
I mean,
What do you mean
had a couple of halflings there. I guess you could find a pair of boots that.
Are you saying the halfling foot size is the same as a gnome's?
You take it to a cobbler, yeah.
No. Unless those are some jamming boots, I'm just going to leave them.
Okay.
They are filled
Are
with
they
hair.
jamming
they're
boots?
very-
Are they
yeah.
like thigh high and red?
Yeah, they're very scuffed. They're travelers' boots. Yeah, they're scuffed, and especially with all the snow and whatnot. Yeah, and mud.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they were shipping. This is a shipment of Yeezys.
And so yeah, you bury the bodies because of the hard ground, and where places where it's not hard, it's muddy, right? When it's trampled, it's kind of hard. So it takes you most of the day to do that. That when the investigation. So nightfall, and the advantage here is that you could take pieces from the wagon and other things. So they have some dry food, they have rope, they have
Hold
they
on.
have you can make a fire easily from the
Mhm.
wood and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't like kindling,
Yeah.
but once you have
It's
your own
not-
kindling,
If the ground is hard, it almost seems like it would have been easier just to make a funeral pyre.
I'm gonna stick to my rations, but Red, you should totally have some of that food.
I know what you're trying to do, Halpert, and I know it's a terrible, terrible idea given what has befallen this large creature that died trying.
Say out loud what you think he's trying to do, Kix.
I think he's trying to poison me for his amusement.
Is he trying to kill you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, trying would be the operative word. Succeeding is quite different.
I don't know. You fell asleep all the time, apparently. Seems like it was pretty easy.
Only once.
Well, you're like that comedy gangster movie. My mother hit me once, just once.
Jeez.
Somebody pointed a gun at me once, just once.
Just the
My
once.
father made me wear a dress once, just once.
But yeah, if they have like some basic supplies, I'm fine for taking those for the time being. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna opt out of the food.
Okay.
And now we'll set up camp.
Mhm. Go ahead. Make your rolls. Okay. And
I'm on the upper end of the bell curve now.
and stealth. Okay, so 13. Yeah. The night is uneventful. You would think that you're nearby, I suppose, that more creatures will try to feast on these things. But apparently, the few foxes or something that might they see the sight of the dead wyvern and decide they don't want anything.
What
to
do
do
they
with
say?
that. They say nothing. Unless you can speak with animals, you don't know what the fuck says.
I can make it a educated guess.
You know, considering how wily these foxes are, they're probably somewhere between F and U.
I don't know what lies between those two letters.
Oh, then you could try to find out.
Years of study.
Oh,
I'll be joining Elspeth, trying to figure out what lies between F and U.
Well, I guess before we anger every woodland creature here, let's go ahead and proceed.
Okay. So morning comes. It's a bit rainy.
We do
That'd be
nothing
cool.
about the poison food. Just leave it there for anyone to wander up to.
Yeah. Okay. Make your checks.
All right. I will assist on the investigation.
Buried the people, left the food.
Okay. You see. Let's see. Let me see if I put this right. In the distance, you see a small. You see the following. This is kind of rocky ground with a few trees. And you basically, this is where you find yourselves in as you're traversing. With that investigation survival, you hear voices from under a tree. Let me see.
I hope they're saying oil can.
Does anybody know Goblin?
Nope.
No.
nope.
Yeah, 2 languages. Oh,
Not unless they're
okay.
actually speaking Undercommon, then no.
No. So you hear the. Let me copy these.
Yep, just confirming. Folk here does not give me any extra languages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I used
Only
mine on
new
ones
different types
that'll.
of people.
I used mine on those that'll probably never come into play.
So yeah, you're walking here, and you hear from somewhere over here. You hear voices discussing something, like talking, right?
That
You see
looks like
everyone-
Hoggle.
Yeah, but you see none of you know Goblin. You don't have any idea what it is,
What did
other
you say,
than some humanoid voices. Non-human tongue. So what do you do? Here's some from over here, from this general area, past the tree.
Gar, let's go say hello. You and me, side by side.
Hold on, I am going to ritual cast. I'm going to indicate towards kicks. Like, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes.
We were going to count up to 60. But yeah, we'll stay back for 10 minutes. I'll let him do this.
I'll
I have
ritual
no
cast
problem.
comprehend languages.
Are you guys trying to be stealthy, or you guys are just open in the open doing whatever it is that you're doing? Okay.